government is seemingly reviving its push for the National Identification System NIDS after Hurricane Beryl devastated the island's southern parishes. In fact, the Social Security Minister, Colonel Charles Jr., argues the program could have significantly accelerated relief efforts.
With numerous $400,000 grants recently issued to families who were affected by the storm, the Prime Minister says the need for a streamlined and transparent identification system has never been clearer. Ramon Gordon has the details.
If you want to get a benefit from the government, you cannot be anonymous.
Beryl makes as great a case as any for a national identification system. That's according to the government, which today ostensibly relaunched its campaign for NIDS. The Social Security Ministry has been on the ground in the hardest-hit regions following Beryl, which pummeled southern parishes on July 3. While recovery is progressing at a steady pace, Labour Minister Colonel Charles Jr. contends a national identification program would have expedited efforts.
We have to, as a country, come to a place where we have our data in a structured way so we don't have to be running around to identify persons. We must be able to identify Jamaicans where you are, what are your circumstances. Whatever the adjustments that are needed, Prime Minister, I am now perhaps your #1 support for that national identification system to come into place.
The minister voiced that support Monday at the launch of the Rebuild Jamaica Foundation in Kingston. Several families whose homes were completely destroyed by the storm received $400,000 grants, honoring promises made in Parliament last month. The Prime Minister says among the program's primary priorities is transparency.
The same citizen who does not want to be identified is the same citizen who wants accountability for the funds that are spent in their name. If you're anonymous, how can we account for you? We have invested in building out the national identification system. It was derailed and stalled, and every time there is an emergency, I look back at it and say, if we had it earlier, we would have been able to more efficiently and quickly distribute benefits. But we have had those experiences which we can only say will make the system stronger and more robust.
In April, Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon countered false claims which said NIDS is compulsory and failure to comply with new rules would lead to an arrest.
It is going to help us to have an effective and timely response. And you can ask our partners. They are feeling it as well. There are partners that want to get started and are stalled because of the bureaucracy.
If you have to open a bank account, identity. If you have to get your path check, identity. Identity is not about an invasion of your privacy. Identity is about being able to fulfill the requirement for accountability in any transaction between the citizen and the state.
Ramon Gordon for CVM News.